What's up, Drivetrain? We are on the hunt. What you don't know about is that I've been on the hunt for, I don't know, like 6 months now for a pickup truck. Many of you know I'm building a custom pickup truck. It's a 54 Chevy that's going to go on top of an S10 frame and all this stuff. But that's not going to be done for at least 6 more months, 8 months, 9 months, 12 months, who knows. And so I've been on the hunt for a truck. I want to get a full size. I love me a full size Silverado or Sierra, but my wife says they are uncomfortable to drive. So because of that, I'm on the hunt for a mini truck. Love a mini truck. I've had 4 or 5 mini trucks along my time. My first vehicle I ever drove was an 84 S10. And so for that reason, I'm on the hunt. Now, I've driven to Newport News, which is an hour away. I've driven to Virginia Beach almost to look at a truck. I've driven all kinds of places looking for trucks. But today is a special day. We've got one that is right in the backyard. Well, okay, not yet in the backyard, hopefully soon, but this is actually about 10 minutes from the house. So I'm scooting on down the street this morning, trying to put some eyeballs on it. It is a 99, I believe, Sonoma, and it's claimed as a crank and no start. So what we're gonna do is, we got the jump pack with us, and we're gonna scoot on down here, take a peek at it. Funny enough, it's at, I guess, a storage unit by a towing company. And when I punched the number in, it was actually in my phone as the towing company, which means either I've used this guy before or somebody else has used him to tow something to my house, or anyway. So somehow I had this guy's number in my phone, but he's right down the street. He's only a couple minutes down from my house. So I'm driving over there right now, bringing you along. We're testing out a new camera here. This is the Insta360 Go. What is it? 3S or something, 3G Go. I don't know, it's some camera thing, but I can slap it on my chest and bring you guys along with me. It's not like an actual 360 cam, but it's made by Insta360. So we'll see what the audio, what the video is like, bring you guys along for the journey as we look at this truck. May end up picking it up, we'll see. See what we get to. All right, let's... Hey guys, here we are at the lot. So it's an SLE. I thought he said it was an SLS, but SLE. The body's pretty good. Just taking a peek at it here. It's got a little bit of weight reduction right here. That's there. This little handle. Open. It opens. It's got a nice bed cover in the back. The old Protecta cover. Passenger side, bubbling out a little here, but that's usual. I don't know if it's got the 4-cylinder or the V6 in it. I'm guessing it's the V6. Paint, it looks a lot like my Civic, but who knows, we may end up just scraping it down and doing a little rattle can on it. Let's see what the inside looks like here. Inside is in pretty good shape. Man, this actually, let's see, flip this guy up. Come on. How's it going, man? It's got the 3-door, so we got one little seat there. Coming over here, basic trim. Looks like the dash has been pulled apart. Somebody was trying to mess with something, probably with that crank no start. But it's all here. Hey, this is like that Oldsmobile shifter. I don't know if you guys have seen the old Oldsmobile jobbies. Anyway. All right, keys are in it. So we're gonna pop the hood and see what we're working with up here. Let's put you guys on the chest. Yep, so there's the camera base and there's the Avapow. All right, let's see what we got underneath the hood here. Here it is. Oh, real nice actually. Okay, all right. So it is the Vortec. So we got a good price on the truck in terms of what it's listed as. Obviously, we'd probably be replacing some parts, but it's either going to be that distributor, the cap, or it's going to be a fuel pump and fuel filter. But we're going to turn this thing over, see what we can do here. The battery is probably super dead. Let's see what we got here. Turn the key, I got nothing. No nuts at all. Is this thing even connected? I mean, it's a straight piece of metal, but is it even connected is the question. I should have brought my extra battery with me. That would have been wise. But man, maybe I'd just make him an offer for like $1,000 or something. I wonder if he towed this. All right, so he's got a clean title. All right, so we're here in the truck. I couldn't get it even into neutral, but I'm going to trust that it rolls. I'm just checking the paperwork real quick, see what this thing says. Somebody in Mechanicsville had this thing registered effective 2024. It had some Geico insurance on it, so that's encouraging. I just wonder if this thing got towed and brought up in here. He's got a manual in here. Anyway, let's go see if we can talk to the guy. I'm gonna close the doors a couple times, make sure the back one says 196 is, man, it even has a fresh oil change on it. Let's see what we can talk about here.
6.5 hours later.
Y'all check this out. She's humming. So good. Look at this. I'm gonna flip y'all around. 4.3 back in action. So this thing, we came in and did, I checked the ignition system. Let me turn it off real quick. catch all up. But man, that is awesome. She's running. She's got a little hop in her, but figure that out as we go. All right, let's talk about this. So we did put a fresh economy battery in. We ended up, by we I mean me, the computer was not in here. Well, the computer was in here, but not nestled down and tied down where it's supposed to be. This bracket that goes around it, I found that back in the bed, so that was good. But some of the wires, they were just wires down on one of these connectors that were kind of popped out and had a wire spliced into it. I don't know what in the world was going on with that, but they had a wire spliced into it. So after I found the bracket, I went ahead and situated all that stuff there. Found 2 bolts. They were up here in the top, and so I was able to put those in. I was testing these relays to see which one was starter relay, and never ended up, not starter, but I was looking for fuel pump relay, and I never found that, but that's okay. Then I did check the cap and rotor. Those were brand new, like never spun. Coming up here, I went ahead and checked the ignition control module, which is this little box right here. That looked brand new after I pulled it off. But again, it had some wires spliced into it. Look at these. I ended up resoldering some of these wires and wrapped them up. And then also going into the actual ignition coil. I just replaced the ignition coil, and I had to fix some wires there. So that's all tidied up now. If I come over here, I noticed that there is something was spliced in here at one point. Not sure what that is, but that's fine. I'm gonna ignore that. And then we did a fuel pump. So the bed is actually still disconnected. You can see the gap here, but this thing is still not connected. I need to put the bolts back into this thing. I need to put the bolts back in here into the gas cap unit. And then she's gonna be a driver. When it showed up, this tire back here was flat as a pancake, but it held the bead, so I went ahead and put some air in it. Looks like it's holding fine. The other 3 tires, they are like brand new tires. So I may end up just having to get one used tire for this side that's in better shape than what it is. But I also might end up sooner rather than later putting some different wheels on this and making a little bit more of my own. It might be a little bit of a different stance. I might do the thing that goes lower with it. I'm interested in pulling this trim off. Some of it's kind of already peeling off up here just due to age. It's just cheap plastic stuff. The problem is that there's bolts on the inside of this that hold it into the cab. So if I take it off, then I've got to like fill in the holes, which that sucks. I was just gonna go kind of the two-tone thing here, but who knows? I might just leave it on there and just leave it like lowered work truck status. There's plenty of other things to do. The dash, the inside, was half apart. The dash was kind of half apart, so I went ahead and made it all the way full apart. I have a radio that I can pop in here. I even still have dash kits and wire harnesses and antenna adapters for these vehicles. But this thing was just kind of hanging down. The cigarette lighters were disconnected back here. So I reconnected, well, I will reconnect those in just a little bit. I'll put the dash back on. I'd like to find the shroud that goes around here. The whatever instrument, not instrument cluster, but you know what I'm talking about. That thing right there. Put that back on. And the dash that goes up here is all together. We've got these guys that I gotta slap back in there, but overall, I'm stoked. It took 3 days with very minimal effort, honestly. Last night was the longest stint because I had the bed off by myself. I actually have these come-along straps, these big old like ratchet straps. And what I did is I hooked them into these brackets right here, but it was kind of cumbersome because this cutout is not as big as, well, you're trying to fit a St. Bernard through the cat door to get it in there, and she just doesn't fit too well, but I got one on each side. And then what I did, I had the garage door closed and the rafters over here. I had one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side, and I was able to just kind of lift the bed up, and then I angled it so that the front of the bed was higher, and then I could get myself underneath there and kind of do the deal with getting that fuel pump in. Oh, forgot this. Let's move that. That's filed. Anyway, I'm stoked. There's a lot of just cosmetic things to do, but the inside is clean once I put the dash back on. You know there's going to be a trip to the junkyard for a couple pieces. And the tailgate. The tailgate's the worst thing right here. The bumper. We'll say the bumper has a little bit of a just alteration in it. But we got a little weight reduction back here. And I don't need this truck to go fast. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do with it. But for right now, got ourselves a pickup truck back in my life.
Day 4.
So Jude and I were just out here, spent some time together, working on the truck. Went ahead and picked up some cheap little speakers off of Amazon, like $25 for the pair of 6.5s. We also had to get the oddball 4x6s that we've got up here in the dash. But we went ahead and did both pair. And just with the factory radio, man, it sounds so good. We made sure to close all the doors, get a feel for what it sounds like. Nice kind of low and mid-range from the doors. And then when we kind of panned it to the front, because the top speakers are the front, the door speakers are considered the rear for all 4 channels. But just sounds good with the factory radio. We're going to go ahead and swap out that radio here in a little bit, and we're going to swap it for an old Alpine unit that I found, which is going to take the sound and just completely transform it with so much more power. But anyway, fun little quick project. This gets us going, and I got to figure out still what I'm going to do with these this holiness of the truck with all those holes down the side piece. But anyway, do I put trim back on? Do I find replacement trim and put it back on the rest, or do I take all the trim off and plug the holes, fill the holes? I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because it's a bunch of holes that I don't want to have to weld. I don't know. You have to be determined. All right, y'all, we've got a lot of work done on this truck. It dropped off, delivered, not running. We did a fuel pump, a fuel filter, ignition coil, and some other things. Obviously had to put the wiring back to factory, which was a day in itself just to figure out. I had wires connected to the transmission cables, and when I disconnected them, the cable ended up like ripping, or it was broken. So I'm up underneath the truck trying to weld. Anyway, I didn't bore you with that stuff. But the wiring is back to factory, but it still runs rough. So the speakers that Judah and I just did, and kind of the cleaning, was to hold us off because we had some parts on order. In the next video, we're gonna figure out why this thing is running so rough. We've got some more ignition related and fuel related things to do. We'll bring you along for that. There's other parts, and this is gonna come out in a series of videos kind of quick because it's already built, it's running. This is a budget build though. My budget, $2,000. We'll have a final wrap-up video that talks about all the costs and expenses that I've got in the truck. I got to go get it inspected this week, and so I got to jack it up and just check the steering a little bit now that I've done some final modifications to it. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, look for that next video. We'll catch y'all in this budget build in the next one, but that's it for now. Peace.